Hey everybody! This art lesson is for 3rd grade all the way up to 8th grade. This is the second half of our art lesson about pop art. And if you're watching this video, you should have just clicked through a couple slides showing you a reminder of the artwork by Roy Lichtenstein. And you should have already sent me your ideas of some words that you want to use to draw for this project. You're only going to do one word. Some of you gave me 3 or 4 ideas, and that's excellent. After I show you how we're going to do this, I want you to really start thinking, what's the one word that you want to do? You're just doing one word. For today's art assignment, we are only using pencil and eraser, and you definitely need a decent eraser. Erasing is part of this. Pencil, eraser, and just the regular thin printer paper. All right, if you are running out of printer paper, ask your teacher. This is the same stuff we use in the copy machine at school, so your teachers can give you more if you're running out. Okay, this is all you need for today. I know I gave you guys watercolors a couple weeks ago. We will use this for our next assignment. After we're done with pop art, I promise we'll use these soon. Do not use these for this art project. Okay, let me switch my camera around. Okie doke. So when we get our paper, make sure it's the printer paper. It starts with the letter P. It's on the right-hand side. So we're using printer paper, okay? So I want to show you one that I kind of finished. The word I chose for this one is slurp. It's a little hard to tell because I didn't finish it with color yet. We're going to do color next week, but I have a straw. This is the straw. And it's slurping up the word slurp. So I have the word slurp going into a straw. So I want you to be sort of creative with how you're going to bring this word to life. It is a sound word. What can we do? So when I did this word slurp, slurp reminds me of like water and liquid, which is kind of round. It's not sharp, right? So all of my letters are round. I have like water droplets here. But if we look at this, I know I'm not very techie here, but if we look at this, the word pop, you kind of think of an explosion, right? And so the lines are really sharp on this. And actually, some of it in the background has sort of like a cloud shape, reminding us of maybe, you know, the dust from the explosion, from the pop. But so start thinking about what kind of shapes. Does your word sort of have soft edges or sharp edges? Think about these things, okay? So I'm going to teach you how to do your letters and some outlining today. In the next art class, next week, we will do colors. All right. Also, you do not have to send me, well, let me say this differently. I want you to send me a picture this week. I will not grade you this week, but I want you to send me your picture this week. Okay, so for this, I'm going to do, my word is going to be, I'm going to do the word pop since I just showed it to you. So here's what we're going to do. I want it to sort of look like it's coming out of a balloon for mine. So I'm going to hold my paper vertically and, okay, so I'm holding my paper vertically and I want it to look like, the bottom of a balloon here. So I'm sort of going to draw like the bottom of a balloon, right? And my balloon is coming out, but the rest of the balloon is going to kind of look exploded. And I want the word pop to look like it's coming out of the balloon. So what we do is just write normal, boring letters. P. And I want it to go this way. And I think I'm going to get my letters to be even bigger as it pops. P-O-P. Okay, super boring letters. Here's what we do next. I'm going to trace around these letters. So I want pop to be sharp. So I'm going to go around the outside of the whole thing. Now I'm going to go around the inside of this. Okay, now I don't want my first drawing to be there. I'm erasing the first letter that I drew. The inside gets erased. Okay, and see how I have very sharp corners because I want it to be pop. I want it to be a sharp sound. Okay, so here's my O. I'm going to trace around my O and on the inside of my O, and then I erase that part. Okay, so I just finished erasing that inside. And then last but not least, tracing around the P, which actually goes off the page. And I want it to be super big here. And then on the inside. And then I have to erase the pencil lines inside of that. Okay, so there's my word. And then the other thing you're going to do today is think, how can I sort of like outline it with shapes? So when we look at this, you know, we have the word, but we have all this other cool stuff going on in the background, right? So how am I going to use lines and shapes to show that it popped, right? So here's the balloon, and maybe it's like tearing away, and then there's a big pop. So I'm going to go around it with sort of a zigzaggy shape. It's going right off the edge of the paper here. And sometimes it's fun to do like a double shape. So I might actually do an extra line. It's getting a little tricky with that balloon thing that I did. So I can erase some of my balloon lines. And maybe as I do this, I think, maybe I want to adjust where my balloon is. Maybe I want to get rid of my balloon. Maybe I want to move it. So I could do that next if I want to. But your goal for today is to draw your onomatopoeia word, draw your sound word, make it sort of look like the sound, okay? Send me a picture of this so I know you did it. However, I'm not going to grade you on this for this week, okay? I'm going to grade you next week after you do the coloring. But today we are just focusing on the pencil part. Okie dokie, have fun.